Okay, so here we go with choice 1. It says, determine the smallest integer that makes this inequality below true. So I'm going to write it out over here. Minus 5x less than 15. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my 7, which means that I need to add it to both sides, And that gives me a negative 3x minus 5x is less than 8. I can combine these two, so I have negative 8x is less than 8. Now I'm going to divide both sides by a negative. Because I'm dividing by a negative, I now need to flip my inequality sign. This cancels, and I wind up with x, and this cancels, and I get a negative 1. So the answer for this one, x is greater than negative 1. Okay, so let's take a look now at choice 2. It says, what is the inequality equivalent to? Again, they're asking me to do the work. So I'm just going to write it out over here. 7 minus 2 over 3x is less than x minus 8. I want to get rid of my 7. I'm going to subtract that from both sides. Crosses out over here. That leaves me with a negative 2/3 x less than x minus 15. I need to get my x to the other side, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. And this is the same as saying 3 over 3x. So now I have 5/3 x, negative 5/3 x, I should say. Negative 5/3 x is less than negative 15. Well, in order to get my x by itself, I need to multiply this by the reciprocal. And since I am multiplying by a negative, I'm going to need to reverse my sign. So I'm going to wind up with x, 45 over 5, or x is greater than 9. So this is my answer for choice number 2. X needs to be greater than 9. And finally, I have choice 3. It says, solve the inequality to determine or decide, right? To decide and state, which means say or tell, state the smallest possible value for x in the solution set. So I see the word set, I know I'm going to get a group of numbers, but it's asking me for the smallest possible value in that set. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute. So that gives me 3x plus 9 is less than or equal to 5x minus 3. I need to isolate my x, so first I'm going to get rid of my 9. That's going to give me a negative 12, 5x. I want to get rid of my 5x now. I'm going to subtract it from both sides. So I'm left with a negative 2x being less than or equal to negative 12. I need to get that x alone, and this is a negative, so I'm dividing by negative 2 on both sides. That gives me an x. I have to flip my sign. Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is a positive 6. So x can be greater than or equal to positive 6. So the smallest possible value, the smallest value for x is 6. Okay, that's this week's journal.